I suppose I'm free to call this a distress call that I'm answering. Although, to mince words, it's not really a distress call so much as a brag by the celebrity superstate that they can and will. Whereas if you want to word it as a distress call, it's possible that they may um, put the Freedom Flotilla in Bobby Kennedy's blender, which has hitherto been reserved for figure skaters from Wichita. The celebrity superstate has about it the idea that they're famous because God has chosen them. And so there's an element of braggadocio to the people who aspire to recognition. A lot of it is religious braggadocio. Yeah, I will die for this cause routine. And this tape is about how Pussyball became Murderball and what the consequences have been for the university system because of the politicians, celebrities who are at work in this obscene pseudo jurisdiction affair. The way that the celebrities operate, as you probably don't remember, but there was a time when Lou Reed said he was going to call Louis Farrakhan. I'm calling you. I'm going to call you on anti-Semitism. And Zappa's going to call you on scolding Robert Fripp's favorite. That's a sort of call relay system that leads to correctness defining the narrative. Now, what we're talking about are celebrities who supported and protected Gail Burston in the Texas school book and lost some people in the process. They claim that John Lennon was lost. Well, the people who are making that claim are the suspects of the issue. Clint Eastwood, Ringo Starr, Brian Eno, and Midori Goto said that therefore, by hook and by crook, because I was a designated heir apparent, you have to understand the world of heir apparents. It comes from the royal family, from Baron Trump and so on. And I was from the same ship in the Navy as Bush, and my father knew a couple of presidents. Three of them, I guess. Bush, Eisenhower he worked with, and Gerald Ford he introduced to Bethany College when he came to speak. But I didn't, the only reason they did this to me was so that Obama could evade being Macbeth because the script was about murdering JFK. He was actually killed. John Lennon pulled a Houdini. It was a double fantasy. But by making it a race squabble over getting revenge at the pool table for the Pussyball trafficking of the Temple University hit squads in intellectual fashion, they had developed this idea. Some people say it's all about Lennon. Some people say all about Princess Diana. It's all about Tupac Shakur. It's all about this one. It's all about that one. What actually I was trying to do was stop Gail Burston. That's what I was trying to do. Trying to warn people, my peers, the nobodies, the humble, the vinyl solution victims in East Palestine, Ohio, the people on the street, my readers, that what was afoot. If you read my work in StoryChecks.org from 2016, 2017, it's clear that what I'm describing and the sort of horrific brutality and constant brutality and reinvention of brutality and phoenix of brutality and blaze from the cinders of brutality, the Lazarus of brutality, the cruelty and sadism of the Zionists has been borne out now in Gaza. You wouldn't know from the words I was using and the story I was telling that it wasn't about Gaza, that it was about Pittsburgh. And the letters are from 2017, 2018, 2019. And in 1994, I went in loud print that they were found evidence of revenge for God for Auschwitz. So now what this means for the universities is that people like Cornell West say they're going to call you on the narrative. Putin is going to call you on the narrative. He's going to raise Al Dugan's daughter. They're going to call you on the narrative. They're not going to do anything constructive to capture the guilty people or to exonerate the victims because they're the perpetrators. They can't do that. They're building a star sandwich. They're smushing everybody between the power structure, the important people and the unimportant people. You know, when you look at the future, we're dealing with a situation, what's called the lumpen proletariat, right? We're talking about the global mission of a humane civilization worldwide. It's going to take some effort to mitigate the climate problem, for example. And people need to think about that. But they don't want to think about that. Cornell West wants to jump down with his spinner binny and call you on scolding the favorites. Why would he? Donahue is a white Catholic, I assume. His name was used to graffiti the Civil War iconography of my father being murdered. So let's look at this one. Whether my father was guilty or innocent, he was murdered out of hand, okay? Whether he was without trial. He was a school bus driver. It's widely presumed that he was a humane human being. He turned down the presidency of the University of Georgia when they refused to desegregate. He was on the side of black people. Why would they announce support for the people who murdered him, who were German Green Party? Yoko Ono was a Japanese revenge specialist. And then announce, aha, it's promoting the black man because of the Pussyball. And they get all and Bobby Kennedy has this grinding machine that, you know, and he wants to put the Freedom Flotilla in it. If you talk to the people in Pierce County and say, the reason they tortured me for 50 years, even before John Lennon pretended to die, was because they said I could have saved John Lennon. Almost everybody, 50, 60, 70-year-old, 20, 30-year-old, just roll their eyes. It's ridiculous. Some kid from Pittsburgh who was deaf and being beaten around by everybody, who was deaf, being beaten around by everybody, who was deaf, had a neurological injury that was inhibiting my ability to learn, was somehow to blame for their vinyl solution in East Palestine. It's preposterous. If they cared about John Lennon's name, I'm calling you on your misuse of John Lennon's name. I'm going to call you